We welcome Donna McCaul to the studio this week. Donna, how's things getting on with yourself?
I'm good, thanks for having me on, Keith.
No problem indeed. And so how's the Eurovision bid going? You're going for it again this year.
I am indeed, yeah. It's crazy. Well, I'm very, very busy at the minute because I'm on my Eurosong campaign, kind of a little tour at the minute around Ireland. And we're doing every weekend from Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're doing all the shopping centres in all the towns. So we're moving on to one part. I'm in Navan, Cork and Galway this weekend, and I'm also in Portlaoise and Athlone as well. On Saturday night is Portlaoise, Sunday night is Athlone. So, and then next week again it's different towns. So it's absolutely crazy, but good. Hopefully it'll be worth all that travelling and singing and just everything.
And you're busy obviously singing in some shopping centres in different places as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I do from 2 to half 5 on the radio, on the tour with the shopping centres. Yeah, so singing from 2 to half 5 every single day. It's in the shopping centres, non-stop singing and meeting and greeting and just giving out postcards, and so it is quite hectic, but
okay,
we'll keep going with it.
Are you allowed to bring any sound equipment to that, or does that be an issue with shopping centres for insurance reasons or anything?
No, we have a full sound system. We've a full stage, everything there, so it's going really, really well. People are like, there's great crowds turning up, and it's like a gig in a shopping centre. And why I'm doing it is for people to hear me sing live and actually see me in front of their own two eyes, to genuinely pick out and say, all right, there's only one way to find out if somebody can really sing, and that's to stand in front of you and sing a song. So that's why I'm doing it. I don't want to just appear on the Late Late Show and be like, here I am, vote for me. I want people to hear me and see me singing live, so that they'll get that connection with me as well, and on the night of the Late Late. So
very good stuff indeed. So you got involved in music at quite very young. Tell us how you actually went about getting into music.
I was 16 years of age, and I entered a competition called Teen Pop Stars, and it was being held all over Ireland, but it was Athlone's time. They were doing the auditions in Athlone, and everyone was like, why don't you go for it? And I was kind of really shy right up to maybe 18, so I was like, oh, I don't know, no, I don't think so. They're like, come on, you'd be great. So I auditioned and got through the auditions, and the final was held in Athlone, in the Dinkro Hall theatre down there. It's a big place that's been done up. It's quite a good spot. So the song I sang was Shania Twain, From This Moment, and I think there was 20 singers on the night, and I ended up winning that. But the prize for that was like a cash prize, and I got time in a Roseland studio as well down in Moat. So I got to make like a 12 song CD, which was covers, because at the time, like, I wasn't into writing music. I didn't even know if I wanted to do music or anything, and I was like, all right, great, we'll do a few covers. And then Doc Carroll, who is a really, really, was, because Doc passed away in 2005, but he was in the Royal Blues and the Show Band Stars, and he gave Louis Walsh his first job as well, which was crazy, like. And this guy Doc came knocking like on my door one day, and he was like, my mum answered, and he was asking for me, is Donna there? And she's like, yeah. He's like, hi, I'm Doc Carroll, and I heard Donna's CD that she recorded. I'm just wondering, could I have a word with her? Yeah, no problem. So he started me then. He actually brought me out on the road with Joe Dolan. There was Doc Carroll, the Big Chief from the Indians, and the Show Band Stars. And I mean, I was only going on 17 at that age, so it was crazy, because they sell out all of the dance halls all over Ireland and England and Europe. So to be brought in at such a young age, and for Doc to teach me the ins and out of the music industry, what to expect. You'll get your knocks, but don't let them knock you down. You get back up, and it'll make you stronger no matter what. And I kept that one thing that he taught me was, no matter how much you get knocked down, just get back up, just keep getting back up. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So it's, I think that was the best thing that anybody ever said to me was what he said that day.
So you had fantastic experiences with the show band and with the Team Popstar. How did that Team Popstar actually work? Is it a bit like the Voice of Ireland or Eurostar or any of them, or is it a bit different to that?
It was a bit like Eurostar. Yeah, you audition in front of judges, you sing a song, and if you get through the auditions, then you have to sing in front of a live audience. And on the night, it was public vote and the judges as well. It was like 50-50, so it was quite good.
Do you think that's a fair way, the way they do the Eurovision now with that? They put that rule in a couple of years ago to give 50% public vote and 50% jury voting.
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, it's like anyone. I mean, you know, the competitions that are held in like local areas, and they're like, it's a public vote. Somebody brings a bus full of 52 people, or maybe 2 or 3 buses full, and they all get to go in and vote. So I think it's the same thing as block voting. You know, England vote for Ireland, Ireland vote for England. You know, Greece and Spain and all of those countries, they all vote for each other as well. So I think it's really good to bring in at least 50%. If, to be honest, in my opinion, I think it should be 100% jury vote, but I don't think that will happen. So it was good that the 50% of the public vote was just kept there, and then 50% jury. I think it is fair, really.
It was something they did when they started out Eurovision. They did jury vote. They did jury voting because there wasn't really proper phone systems out back in the 50s, 60s, and things like that. So obviously over time it changed, and obviously they want to try and make money doing those type of shows. So I think they still want to keep a certain amount of public voting as well as jury voting, which I think is fair.
Yeah, definitely. Like when Johnny Logan and Linda Martin and Niamh Kavanagh, and there was Charlie McGettigan and Paul as well, like when they were in there, it was all jury votes. So, but it did prove, I mean, Ireland won when the jury votes, and it was just jury votes, Ireland won the Eurovision 8 times. I mean, they've the highest record. Still, they're holding that record of winning Eurovision the most times. And it was all jury, but it just goes to prove, back then, as you know, Eurovision is a song contest, and it's for the best song on the night. But now that the public vote has been brought in, it's not about the song. It should be about the song, because that's the whole point of it, who has the best song. But now they're going for what the people are wearing, who has the scariest mask on stage, which of these guys are going to go and do a somersault right now. Oh, that was brilliant, let's vote for them. I think it's to bring it back to the way it was with Johnny Logan with the jury. I think the Eurovision would completely change. People would see a big difference in it if they brought the jury votes back. It would go back. It would bring Eurovision back, not this whole kind of festival as it's been made out to be now. Like,
I don't think that will change. I think it'll always be a festival now that they
yeah.
have it. It's become very popular in lots of new European countries as well. What do you think of have you watched some of the artists that have performed in the Eurovision the last couple of years? What do you think of them compared to the likes of yourself or some of the Irish singers that have won it?
Well, last year Azerbaijan won, and they had a simple song. They did really. They just sang. The song reminded me of like a big Shania Twain song as well. Like, From This Moment, it was real intense, and you know, and they were touching each other's face, looking into each other's eyes, and that won it. But if you go back to Lordy when they sang Hard Rock Hallelujah, and they've masks on stage and their eyes are going red and he has big wings growing out of him, I mean, then to look at it, I mean, could you imagine putting a pair of growing wings on myself and Joe on the stage in 2005? Scary masks. In all fairness, it probably would have done better, but I mean, it was, to me, some of the acts are good. I mean, they don't go too overboard. It's just enough, but when they go overboard, it's like, oh my God, like this. They brought a girl out on stage, and I actually can't even remember what country it was, but she was dressed up like Barbie. She really was. She looked like a real live Barbie on stage, and I was like, she was singing some song about Lollipop or something, and I just thought it was hilarious. I was like, can this show get any better? So it was, but that's the way it's gone, and you just have to step up your game and just go head to head with them now, and whatever they're doing, bring more to the stage. That's all I say.
So going on to Eurostar then back in 2005, what made yourself and your brother Joseph go and enter that competition then?
Well, Joe had decided to go for Eurostar. He was like, I'm going to go on audition. I was like, oh yeah, cool. It hadn't entered my head at all to go for it. And the morning Joe was going, he prepared a song and everything to go forward, and he rang me at 5 o'clock in the morning and woke me up, and he was like, Donna, I'm getting ready, we're leaving in about 2 hours to go to Waterford, why don't you come? And I was like, no, I'm not going for it. No, I'm not. You go, good luck to you, I hope you do really well. He was like, come on, go, you never know what'll happen. And then I was like, no, I'm not going. So anyways, we hung up the phone, and I was kind of lying down thinking, I was like, oh, do you know what, I'm not doing anything else today, so why not? So I rang him back and I was like, yeah, alright, I'll go, but what'll I sing? And he was like, I don't know, one of your favourite songs. At the time I was a big Shania Twain fan, so I was like, might do one of her songs. And we went down, and when we arrived there, there was people working backstage for Eurostar. They were handing out, application forms. And they asked myself and Joe, they were like, are you two brother and sister? And we were like, yeah. And they said, why don't you go in together? Because you can also go in on your own. And we were like, really? And then, of course, me and Joe, that kind of gives us 2 chances. So if we go together and then separately. So we filled out the form to go as Donna and Joe, and then separately as Donna McCaul and as Joe McCaul. But the way it happened then, we were like, what are we going to sing? Sure, we actually didn't sing together ever, because anytime we were at parties or anything getting up singing, it was all separately. I'd get up my own, and then they'd call Joe or whichever. The only song we knew was Amazing Grace, and he knew the harmony to it, and I was just singing. So we were like, sure, we're going to have to do this, like, we've nothing else. And then they called Don and Joe first, so they called us together, and we went in and sang it in front of the judging panel, and straight away, like, they were like, yes, straight away, like, and we were like, oh, all right, thank you. And they're like, we'll see you back tomorrow. And we stood outside, and I was like, Joe, I don't know if you're thinking the same thing, but it's going to look really bad if we go back in on our own. They're going to say, these guys already got through together, they're being a bit greedy now, how about giving somebody else a chance? So we decided, no, we won't go in on our own, just leave it at that. We got through together, let's just see what happens. And then it just went on from there. We got through all the auditions, went to boot camp, got through boot camp to the live shows, and went on to win it then. So it was just crazy. Like, in no way did we expect to get through the auditions, through boot camp, and then especially on the live show every week we're like, now we're going home this week, now we're going home definitely this week. And then it just kept going on and on and on. And I mean, that was a shock, a complete shock when we won that. Everyone's like, you had to have known that you were going to win it. We definitely did not know that. Every week behind stage I was having a heart attack. I'd look at Joe and I'd be like, all right, Joe, I can't go out this week, I can't, I'm too nervous. And Joe of course would be like, you're going out and that's it, you have no say in the matter. That was crazy.
Well, you've done fantastically well to win it. How did you just get any songs together, since you only had the one song? Did you just manage to figure out what songs to sing each week then?
Yeah, we had Ronan Johnson was like a vocal coach, and behind the Eurostar scene, like, so he kind of said to us, well guys, look, you're really good at the harmonies as well and singing, so you should pick songs that you can really get good harmonies to. So we start picking all, the likes of Boys to Men, End of the Road and all that, because they're quite high and you can get good harmonies in. But we had, every week we were given a different song to learn off, so we had about 2 or 3 days to learn off the harmonies, learn off the song. So it was quite tough, but we did get through it, so it was a challenge.
Yeah, very good indeed. So tell us then, what does your brother actually do at the moment?
Joe just finished a panto in Leixlip. He was doing it for a good few weeks, completely sold out, but he's more into the stage side of it. He loves doing pantos and getting up and belting a song out and then cracking an old joke and having the audience, in the stitches, like, laughing, and he loves doing all that. So he's doing that at the minute, pantos and music as well. So he's still doing the music, but not just on the more kind of serious side of it, if you get me, is what I'm doing. Like, I'm out on the road and I'm doing my gigs and different shows, and then he's doing the whole stage side of it. So
very good indeed. And just in terms of your own music, are you actually trying to write songs, or are you working with people to write songs? How's it been going for you the last couple of years? Yeah,
I'm working with, well, I don't, like, I write some music and I write some songs, but I think a lot of people that write music kind of like, oh no, I don't really, no. Or people are like, can I hear that? Can I listen to that? And I'm like, no, you can't listen to that, because they're like, why? And I'm like, oh, no, I'm not finished yet. Or no, it's just something I just threw together, because I'm a bit nervous, to let them listen to it. But Lauren White, actually, she writes a lot of songs, and she's written a good few songs that are huge. And I think if I'm going to do an album, I do reckon that at least 3 or 4 of her songs will definitely be on my album. She's a singer-songwriter from Dublin, so if you're on Facebook or add her on Twitter, she has her own music on it. So if you like her music and you can just picture my voice on it, then that's some of the music that's going to be used on it as well. So
very good indeed. In terms of then in music, do you actually write any lyrics or music, or what do you do when you were saying about writing?
Yeah, like lyrics. I wrote a couple of songs, lyrics and the music to it, and actually one of the songs was released on myself and Joe's second single called Heaven, and my song was on it, Just Drive, and it did really well actually. All the radios went mad for it, and they were playing it along with Heaven, and then it ended up getting more plays than our actual single Heaven. So that was quite of a shock to me, and gave me a bit of a boost, saying, all right, well look, they like this song, so keep writing. But I just love getting up and singing, and I can never get down to just saying, all right, I'm going to sit down today and write a song. I'd rather stand on stage and sing for 2 hours straight. I know people say, but you should really write. I mean, that song was great, or those songs that you've written are great. I will get into it, and I will co-write as well with a lot of people, so that's in the next few months. I'll be doing a lot of songwriting as well.
Very good. Do you play any instruments in that?
I do. I play a bit of the guitar, yeah. Like I can sit down and maybe play about 10 or 20 songs on the guitar, or if we're at a party I'll whip out the guitar and we'll have a good session, and I like that. I like being able to pick up an instrument and play away as well. So
Alright, that's really good anyway. So do you still sing with your brother now, or are you just focusing on your solo career?
No, myself and Joe don't sing together anymore, so I'm just solo now, just Donna McCaul. So I mean, he does his own thing and he loves doing that, and what we went through with Eurostar, Eurovision, everything, I mean, I've no regrets. It was great fun, and it was great having Joe there. He's such a character, and everyone just thought he was hilarious, and I mean, it's good years to look back on, and a good experience as well. But that to me was a stepping stone. So now I want to as I said, pick up the pace and move on to a higher level, and just bring more to the people from just me now.
Very good. So obviously it's a decision that you kind of jointly made, was it, that you have 2 different career angles that you're looking at? He's looking at the more fun element and you're looking at the serious element of things. Yeah, that's
definitely it. Yeah,
that's definitely
you couldn't have put it better.
Okay, I've got it all in one there anyway. So just what was the Eurovision experience like then in 2005?
It was amazing. I mean, if anyone has been to a Eurovision song contest, they'll understand that there's no words to describe it really. It is just like one big party, and I mean party full of thousands upon thousands of different cultures and people, and every single night each country has their own party, so all the Eurovision singers are invited to the party. So Finland had a party and we went, and they were singing that real rock song, come on, come on, come on, and they were singing the song at the party, and of course Joe just jumps up on the stage and starts singing with them and kicking his legs in the air, and the lads thought it was brilliant to have, as they called him, the Irish leprechaun up on stage. It was their good luck charm. So like it's brilliant, and they have this Euro Club, and every night this Euro Club goes on till 6 a.m, so it's a complete party as well, just huge. And then it gets to the more serious side of the performers have to go for sound rehearsals, sound check, dress rehearsals, just everything, interviews, press conferences, and it's just amazing. Like, it was probably the best experience so far in my life.
There's just completely different experiences you go into, from the serious side to the fun elements, and that kind of what you were just saying there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're having great fun, and you could be at a Euro Club, you have a few nights off and you get over there just to kind of blend in and mix with the other countries and meet new people as well. And then you're kind of thinking, oh, okay, in 2 days' time you're actually going to be singing in front of millions of people, like all over Europe, and then you kind of get the butterflies. And I would have preferred to have hung around a bit more, but I was like, no, actually, thinking about it, I'm going to go home and rest, go back to the hotel, because I just couldn't believe it. Like, it was really hard to take in as well. But now that I've been there and, you know, experienced it, and then last year I went to Malta to their national final, singing with Jay Anvil as well, and it's kind of more experience building it up. So now I really know, like, well, this is really what has to be done. So when I step out on stage, it's just like, I know what I have to do. Not instead of back then going, this is what I've been told to do, but now it's, I know what I have to do, and then I'm going to just do it my way anyway. So, you know.
Right, brilliant stuff. Can you tell us, you actually did some TV shows as well, didn't you?
I did. And do you know what? The most funniest one that we ever did was Podge and Raj. That was brilliant. And I just have to clear this up again, because the lads got terrible stick after having myself and Joe on. We were releasing our second single, Heaven, and I suppose anybody that watched Podge and Raj knows that it wasn't a music show. Like, they didn't really have acts on that sang, or, you know, it was just bring them on, interview them, you know, take the piss out of them and see what happened or whatever, you know, try and get a good old laugh out of each act that went on. So myself and Joe went on, of course, they interviewed us, and then they were like, so Don and Joe, you're going to sing a song for us, your new single, Heaven. And we were like, yeah, but we'd already spoken behind stage, and they said, can't let you do the song because we don't normally do music, but we let you sing the first line, we'll go to a commercial break, kind of tease everybody so they're dying to hear the song, and bring you back when you're just finishing the last line of the song. And we were like, brilliant, let's do it. So we the song started, sang the first line, and next minute Podge and Roger there, come here, cut down, commercial break, we don't want to lose any more viewers, go, take a break, and it cuts off. And then it comes back on, and we're just there, is it possible to turn the world into heaven? And then everyone's there, yeah, you know, clapping in the audience, and people start sending in hate mail to RTE, emails saying that's a disgrace, you should be ashamed of yourself for what you did to them two young people. But we knew what happened, and then it just, they had to bring us back on the show 2 weeks later to say, lads, you knew about this, why are we getting hate mail? And they just covered it up and just said, look, they knew about it, and we said that we knew about it, and that was the end of that. But it was brilliant, so the funniest ever. You do have to be prepared for a bit of stick if you're going on to Podge and Raj, and all fairness. Yeah, I mean, you know what you're in for going on there. And I think it's funny with some of the acts that go on, and they don't know what the show is about, and they're just sitting there, and from the minute Podge and Raj open their mouths, they're just like, oh my god, I can't believe that. I think they're the funniest, like, because a lot of people go on and they're just like, yeah, I knew I was going to get this, you know. But it's great. So if you're not prepared for it, don't go on at that. I think that's the advice we'd give to people anyway. Yeah. And if you want to hear, don't go on if you're not prepared. Yeah. And if you want to hear a full song, then go on some other TV show anyway, or whatever you can find anyway. Tell us, do you play lots of gigs and stuff? Do you play any singer-songwriter gigs, or have you done stuff like that over the last couple of years? My friend actually, Ty in Athlone, does an open mic in the Castle Inn, and it's really good. So I'd go down there the odd time just to support him, and some of the acts that go in, and he'll play the guitar, I'll get up and do a few songs, but it's doing really, really well. But I do my own gigs. I'm doing actually the Voice Challenge at the minute, and it's €20,000 prize for different singers, but it's obviously not the TV one. It's just, there's venues all over Ireland that have taken it on, so each competition runs for 6 weeks in each venue, and then there's a final, and obviously €20,000 cash prize. So it's huge, like, and really, really busy. A lot of the pubs are taking it on, so anybody that hasn't taken it on yet, this is doing great, and it's pulling in the crowds to the pubs, which is what we need now in Ireland, you know. Bring the crowds back into the pub. So if nobody has it in their pubs yet and they want to find out information on it, they can add me on Facebook, Donna McCaul, and I'll put them on to obviously my manager Pat as well. We'll give the number and they can take it from there if they want to have it in their venues. I think it's great anyway. It's great buzz. So yeah, that's definitely an exciting gig to have on anyway.
For sure. Now we're going to go on to talk about the Eurovision this year. That you're entering, that you've entered the competition. What made you put in an entry for this year?
Well, I didn't put a song in, or what happened was, actually, it was the day before Christmas Eve, and I received a phone call from my mentor, Bill Hughes, and he was just asking me, how's your voice and all this. I was like, yeah, it's great. And he was telling me then he was, asked to be one of the mentors this year, and he received a fantastic song that he'd love me to be the singer of. He wanted me to be his singer with the song that he was after being given. And it came as a surprise, because a lot of people kept asking me, the past few years after 2005, would you ever do it again? And I said to them, with the right song and the right team behind me, I most certainly would do it again. And when I heard the song, Bill sent it on to me, and I heard the song, and I was like, definitely, I'm in there. Yep, 100%. And that was it then. I was one of the 5 acts for Eurosong 2012. So I'm looking forward to it. If anybody is wondering when it's on the 24th of February on the Late Late Show. So if they're watching it, it's a Friday night. Keep an eye out. I'm song number 2, Donna McCaul, singer number 2. I can't give the name of the song yet, but the song is going to be aired tomorrow for the first time. All the five songs for Eurosong. So tomorrow evening, if they check on YouTube, Donna McCaul, my Eurosong will be on it. They'll be able to listen to it. So.
Brilliant. And is there a video with that, or is it just the audio?
There's not a video made to it yet. There will be a video made, but the song will be on it with a couple of clips of myself. So
yeah, I get you. Yeah, very good. And I was just going to mention, you're obviously competing against Jedward, and I know Una Gibney was in with me when I was starting out broadcasting about 2 years ago. She did an interview with me, so she's on with, I think, a guy called David Brennan, is it?
Yeah.
And then there's 2 other acts as well.
There's Maria McCool. Mm-hmm. And there's Andrew Mann as well. So they're the 5 acts, yeah. So
what do you think your chances are against all of those?
To be honest, I mean, either way, there's a lot of things already after being offered to me, and I'm really, really happy with that. So there's a lot of work coming up, a lot of travelling to do as well. But I think either one of the 5 acts have a good chance. It's all going to come down to how the performance comes across on the night and what song. I think people are kind of going, oh, Jedward, but a lot of people in the frame of mind this year are saying, no, let's be honest, we should genuinely pick the best song on the night, not just pick because somebody has more fans than the other, So when they hear the songs on the night, I do think they are going to pick the best song on the night. So, out of the 5 acts, I wish everyone the best of luck, and we'll see the performances. I haven't heard any of the other songs yet, so.
And none of us have until tomorrow, so we'll find out and see what happens anyway.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So obviously, have you loads of plans, even if the Eurovision doesn't be successful? Yeah,
I've loads of plans, and this kind of gave me the kick that I needed. I haven't stopped singing, since 2005. All I've been doing is singing and gigging and doing different shows. So this kind of gave me the kick to go further with my career that I wanted to do. But it's kind of hard in Ireland at the minute, because it's a tough country to break into. As small as it is, it's very tough music industry to be seen or heard, or somebody to take you under their wing. But it all seems to be clicking together now, thank God. So fingers crossed now for the future as well.
Brilliant. Well, I wish you the best of luck with all that. Just a couple of quick questions. You were mentioning music you like and stuff. You mentioned Shania Twain. Are there other artists that you like to listen to as well?
Yeah, I grew up listening to Shania Twain, Dolly Parton. I know people are like, what? Dolly Parton, yeehaw. But I love Pink, and I like Rihanna. I love Lady Gaga, Adele. All the singers now, I just think they all kind of try to pick their own genre and their own style, and I think it's great that, because I don't like when people say, oh yeah, you know what, there's a new artist out now and they want to be like Pink, or they're trying to be Pink, or they're trying to be Lady Gaga, or they're trying to be this or that. I think people should just go with the music that they want to do, and not have a fear of somebody else's music, because people always have their own opinion and their own style of music. So no matter what, if you put out your music, you'll always have fans that will follow your music and love your music no matter what. So don't try to be somebody else, you know, just be you.
Very good. And besides the busy lifestyle that you have, is there any hobbies that you like to do apart from music?
Well, I love swimming, I love football. Which go, no, I can't swim and I can't play football. No, my hobbies. These guys are laughing at me here. My hobbies are. I like. Do you know what? No, I won't say that. I don't really have hobbies. I love singing. I sing 24/7, and my hobby would be, actually I like going out to have a game of bowling and socialising and cinema, you know, stuff like that. But like this crack of walks in the park and, you know, football and swimming, I can't do that. I don't do anything like that. So if you class cinema and going out for a meal, and no, you can't say that. They're saying poker. Yeah, but no. My hobbies, I don't really. Yeah, cinema and.
Can we quickly introduce your friends that you brought with you today?
Yeah, you can, because they're making me laugh, and they're like, "You play poker, you gamble," and which I don't. They're joking, but yeah. So today, actually, we have James Bulger. He's my makeup artist, so if anybody likes my makeup, blink blink, give James a buzz. And he's fantastic, and he does a lot for the Sun the World magazine as well. And then we have Laura Might, singer songwriter. So guys, check her out on YouTube, check her out on Twitter, on Facebook, and she's here smirking saying yeah, keep going. So she writes a lot. She's actually fully original, you know, singer-songwriter, writes all her own stuff. So
check her out, and you're going to try and collaborate and stuff with her as well.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I'm going to be stealing a few of her songs, for the album. So fingers crossed now. But we've a great team behind, and I mean, Pat Toomey as well. He's great. I mean, the backup that he's put behind me in the shopping centre. He's managing me, and his wife Paula has no choice because she's been pulled along to do that too. Billy Farrell, Stuart Grange, that produced the song. Grange, yeah. They're all. I mean, there's just so much, but there's a great team, and of course my mentor Bill Hughes. He's working like there's no tomorrow on this. So I just a big thank you to all the team behind me as well, because obviously I'm only one little girl and I couldn't do this all on my own. So and to you, Keith, as well, thanks for having me on today.
Yeah, no problem. It was an absolute pleasure indeed. And your manager asked me on to me that you have to go to Kildare TV, so I'm going to let you go now in a minute. I suppose we're getting towards the end of the show anyway. So so your future plans is to keep going out there promoting the music and gigging and recording and all sorts of stuff. Yeah. And is there links then for people to check you out then as well? Yeah,
well, I have my website, which is www.donnamccall.ie, and then also my Facebook band page if they want to add me on that, all the information. And I'm on that chatting to everyone, you know, whenever I'm not doing anything. I could be on it for hours, so if anyone wants to add me, and we'll have a nice chat. And Twitter, of course, yeah, I'm on Twitter as well. So Donna McCaul. Yeah. Fair play. Absolutely brilliant. Well, thanks very much for coming in. Thank you, Keith, and 96 FM. Thank you so much. No problem indeed.